Hey guys, I'm Melissa and welcome back to my channel. In my Weight Loss Wednesday videos where I share everything that I eat in a day as a vegan who follows a low calorie density way of eating and lost over 25 pounds without counting calories, I have been getting a lot of questions from you wanting to know specifically how and what to do on a low calorie density way of eating. And the other day I found this awesome step-by-step list from Dr. John McDougall, who wrote the amazing book, The Starch Solution, which I highly recommend. And I wanted to share his 10-point step-by-step guide to weight loss with low calorie density with you. And I've also added 4 super important tips based off of my own weight loss experience and having followed this way of eating exclusively since October of 2019. Now, you can choose to start slower by doing one of the things on this list at a time, or you can just dive right in and follow all of the steps for the best results. The checklist is going to be in the description box of this video, so you can copy and paste it if that's helpful. And also, I have linked the original article and a few places that you can find really easy, no-fuss recipes and meal ideas. Number 1, start each meal with a soup, salad, or fruit. This will allow you to fill up with foods that are the lowest in calorie density. For example, if you're having a salad and pasta with broccoli for dinner, eat the salad first. Fill yourself up with the lower calorie dense foods, and you don't have to worry about quote-unquote overindulging in the pasta. Another tip, if you are going to indulge in a higher calorie dense dessert, have an apple first. This way you will have already filled up on that fiber and water-filled fruit, which is only about 240 calories per pound, and it will be less likely for you to go overboard on the dessert you're about to eat. Tip number 2, follow the 50-50 plate method for your meals, filling half of your plate with non-starchy vegetables like asparagus, carrots, cauliflower, mushroom, peppers, tomato, and the other 50% of your plate with minimally processed starches like no oil baked sweet potato fries, mashed potatoes, rice, barley, or pasta. Number 3, greatly reduce or eliminate added sugars and added salts. This includes all sauces or dressings that contain a high level of these things. Tip number 4, eliminate all animal foods, dairy, meat, eggs, fish, seafood. There are many health benefits of giving up these foods, not to mention the well-being of animals and the environment. And they are all high up on the calorie density chart. When following a low calorie density diet, I like to stick to about 700 calories per pound of food or less. If you're unsure how many calories per pound a certain type of food is, you can just Google how many calories are in a pound of sweet potatoes or how many calories are in a pound of chocolate. I also have a helpful list of the foods that are under 700 calories per pound on my website, melissaalexandria.com. which will be linked in the description box of this video. You can drag and drop that from the website onto your computer desktop so that you have it as an easy reference. Number 5, eliminate all higher fat plant foods, for example, nuts, seeds, and avocado. I want to stress the point that avocados, for example, are a healthy food, but they are high fat and higher in calories per pound. I did not eat them for the first few months of following a low calorie density diet, and now that I'm at my ideal healthy weight range, I do have them once in a while, and it hasn't affected my weight at all. This is going to really vary from person to person depending on metabolism and genetics. Also, if you're someone who finds moderation really tricky, you may want to avoid tempting higher fat foods altogether. If you have any questions like, but don't we need healthy oils like olive oil to survive? And where do you get your protein? Well, I have a facts and questions page that I'm constantly updating as I get new questions from you guys, and you can find it at melissaalexandria.com/FAQ. Number 6, eliminate any added oil. This one's pretty straightforward. At almost 4,000 calories per pound, oil is about as high up on the calorie density scale as a food can get. So no added oils and no dressings or sauces that contain oil. No deep fried foods and no cooking with oil whatsoever. Number 7, eliminate all higher calorie dense foods, including flour products such as bread, bagels, muffins, crackers, dry cereals, cookies, cakes, puffed cereals, air-popped popcorn, and dried fruit like raisins and dried cranberries. When a food is dried out, it becomes substantially higher in calorie density. For example, grapes are 603 calories per pound, and raisins are 1,361 calories per pound. Not only that, but raisins take up so much less space in your stomach, so you can keep eating them, whereas with grapes, which are filled with water, it takes much less of them to fill you up volume-wise. Also, eliminate packaged and processed vegan meats, cheeses, and protein bars. So you might be thinking, well, what do I eat then? And the answer is wet starch. Wet starch is the key to weight loss with calorie density because it is filling. Even though spinach and kale, for example, are much lower on the calorie density scale at about 100 calories per pound, you're not going to get very full eating those dark leafy greens alone. You need starch. Wet starch like cooked oatmeal, rice, potato, barley, corn, couscous, millet, yams, parsnip. There's a great list of all the healthy starches on drmcdougall.com. I will put that specific link in the description box as well, as it can be super handy to print that out and take it with you grocery shopping. I encourage you to get creative with these ingredients and keep experimenting until you create a few easy to make go-to recipes for yourself. Number 8. Don't drink your calories, especially from juices and sugar-sweetened beverages. Liquids do not fill you up as much as solid foods of equal calories. Your body doesn't register the amount of calories you've had in a drink the same way that it does for solid food that you actually have to chew. Also, juices remove the fiber, which is essential in giving you that full feeling. The exception is smoothies, in which the fiber is still included. And also just make sure to avoid all sugary, calorie-filled drinks like pop and alcohol. Number 9, don't starve yourself and don't stuff yourself. I like Chef AJ's way of explaining this, to eat ad libitum, meaning as much as you want until you're comfortably full. If you're coming from a place of being used to limiting your portion sizes and going on diets that tell you to only have a certain amount of food, it honestly might take you a while to get used to this, and you might feel like you're doing something wrong by having a large portion of mashed potatoes or whatever other starches you might be eating. I get messages all the time from people asking, is this really how I do it? Or I feel like I'm eating too many carbs or too much food. If you're hungry, eat. The food is so much lower in calories per pound than the standard American diet, which would really require you to eat really tiny portions if you were going to lose weight on it. One of the biggest benefits for people who have spent decades dieting is that they love that they can actually eat as much as they need to until they're comfortably full and still lose weight. Number 10, avoid being sedentary and aim for at least 30 minutes or more of moderate exercise every day. For example, brisk walking. A lot of people ask me about my personal exercise routine and if it played a major role in my weight loss, and I have to be honest, the food is what made the biggest difference in my weight. Exercise is important for overall health and vitality, but there is no need to do rigorous 2-hour-long workouts in order to lose weight, unless of course you like doing those things for fun. Number 11, get the junk food out of your house. You know your biggest personal temptations. So if every evening you sit on the couch and eat chips, then you know that for the first week or so of trying to eat this new healthy way, that when it comes to 8 p.m., you are likely going to be wanting to reach for the chips out of habit. So don't put yourself in the position of needing to exert extreme willpower. Keep it out of your house. Something Chef AJ says is, if it's in your house, it's in your mouth. And maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but in some moment of weakness or craving, you are going to reach for those chips, so just get rid of them and make your life easier. Number 12, avoid dining out or ordering takeout. When you're new at this and trying to get into the groove of cooking this way and preparing your healthy lunches, etc., I really recommend to avoid dining out. Most restaurant food, even if it's a healthy vegan place, will likely use a lot of oil and salt in their dishes. Navigating social situations is honestly one of the biggest challenges that you'll face. There's always some occasion for eating junk food or sugary desserts. Someone's birthday party and there's a cake and chips, or someone brought deep dish pizza over to your house, or a coworker brought a box of donuts to the office. This world we live in is not designed for someone who wants to follow a whole food, plant-based diet. I have to put certain strategies into play in my own life in order to successfully navigate being around people who don't eat like I do. Mastering your environment is key. Your home, your work, your social life. It can be tricky, but I will continue to share strategies and tips for this on my channel. Number 13, don't weigh yourself every day and don't obsess about the number on the scale. I've spoken about this at length in other videos. If you are so badly wanting to lose weight and you're all excited about this new healthy way of eating, the last thing you want to do is to get discouraged 2 weeks into it that you haven't already lost 10 pounds and then quit before you get to experience the true power of calorie density and the benefits of a whole food plant-based diet. If you really want to track your progress, Dr. Doug Lisle, who co-authored The Pleasure Trap, which I highly recommend, says to weigh yourself once a week on the same day in the morning and track your progress week to week or month to month, but never day to day. There's too many variables that can make your weight go up and down day to day, so it's really hard to know if you're actually losing fat or if you're holding on to water weight, etc. Number 14. Take the time to research and learn more. Knowledge is power. I will link 10 videos in the description box of this video that are fantastic resources, from doctors to people who have lost over 100 pounds with calorie density and so much more. Take the time to really get a solid understanding of how calorie density works and find some easy recipes that you love. You don't need 30 different meals. The less variety, the better sometimes. Keep it easy for yourself. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope this video was helpful for you. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and click the little notification bell symbol so that you can be notified of my future uploads. And you can also find me at melissaalexandria.com or melissaalexandria01 on Instagram. All right, have a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye.